WWE superstars end up facing each other in the ring for a variety of reasons. Tonight, Red and Trey are squaring off with Rusev and Lana because of, well, action figures.
From what I hear, Trey was throwing a tantrum because he didn't get an action figure and then was apparently offended when Rusev and Lana tried to graciously give him theirs.
Hey, I can relate to Trey. I mean, you guys have them, but when am I going to get my own action figure?
Never. Never, ever, because nobody wants that, Saxton.
Oh, what a slam! That hurt!
And what a reversal from Rusev.
Gets him with a counter. Oh, boom!
The mighty Rusev looking a bit surprised by this assault.
He continues to press forward.
His energy is great, but it remains to be seen how good his stamina is.
If you're just joining us, welcome to Monday Night Raw. I'm Michael Cole alongside Corey Graves and Byron Saxton. Oh, Corey, he unloaded there.
Into the hammerlock. Oh, boy. Lana is a cold, callous individual who looks to eviscerate anyone who interferes in her business or the business of her husband, the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev.
Those will tear the features clean off your face.
Reverses. Can he make him pay? Oh, look at that scoop slam.
If I was Rusev, I would stay focused instead of playing to the crowd.
6, 7. The referee really has to be on his game here in this mixed tag team match.
German suplex, but that's not all.
3.
This doesn't look good, guys.
Jeez. Launched with a belly-to-belly.
4.
Great counter.
Impressive in-ring IQ on display. Nice right hand.
And there's the reversal from Rusev.
The damage he's taken is starting to pile up.
Gets him with the gut-wrench suplex. What impact! Into the hammerlock. Oh, boy.
Nice amateur takedown.
He knows he's in trouble.
Up and
Definitely not where you want to be right now.
down the hard way.
Oh, this could do it.
I guess he's thinking something else here.
He's clearly not thinking about winning.
Shot block. Put down face first.
It's Lana with the offense.
No, another reversal.
Neither one of them are willing to give an inch here.
Bringing it back into the ring.
Big punch finds its mark.
Rusev is tagged in.
Bang, right in the face. Anticipated that attack perfectly. Scoop slam.
Nice amateur takedown.
And what a reversal from Rusev.
And look, it hung up on the second rope. Look at his aggression. Uh-oh, no, don't do this, don't do this. He's looking a little weary now. Ah.
Oh, read him there. How impressive was that reversal?
Yet another counter.
It's like they're both somehow one step ahead of each other.
Look at this.
Man.
Oh, what impact.
Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out.
German suplex. But that's not all. He's not going to like this. Up and down the hard way.
Oh, he thinks he has it. There's the pinfall and the victory.
In all seriousness, even though it wasn't as important to me, it was pretty cool when not long after that, you got your first action figure and crossed it off our list.
But the fact we had different priorities is partly what made this work, because let's be honest, if we'd been competing for the same things, I'm not sure we could have been friends. You were just always so driven to be the best.
Maybe, but it's not like I was only focused on individual goals. Like, what about when we went to SmackDown Live and I ended up teaming with someone who was a great influence and mentor to me? I'm talking about Mickie James, of course! Stand up and take a bow, Mickie, you deserve it. You fought hard, but it just wasn't your night.
Let's face it, it hasn't been your night in a long time. Now, as general manager of SmackDown Live, it's my job to present a cutting-edge product, which means constantly introducing new talent to keep our brand fresh and exciting. But we can't add new talent without making subtractions. So I'm sorry, Mickie, but based on your recent performance, you can either announce your retirement or, unfortunately, I'll have to make that decision for you.
Wait, so you're basically forcing her out? She deserves better than that.
I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, this is bigger than one person. It's about protecting the brand.
There would be no brand without women like Mickie James.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I've been doing this a long time, and maybe I've lost a step. Maybe it's just time to hang it up.
No, you can't just accept this. There has to be another way.
Well, there is one other option, but it would just be delaying the inevitable. Mickie can continue competing on SmackDown Live, as long as she wins. But the very next match she loses is her last.
She'll do it.
I will?
All right. Good luck.
Look, I appreciate the support, but with my record as of late, I don't think I'll be sticking around too long.
Or maybe you will with me by your side.
What do you mean?
Big Show didn't say you had to win singles matches.
Are you sure you want to set aside your own goals to do this?
There's nothing I'd rather do than protect your legacy by sending you out on a winning streak. And one last title run. Win women's tag team championships with Mickie James.
Welcome everyone to the most iconic talk show ever, Iconic Talk, with your hosts,
The Iconics.
We just said iconic so many times.
You said it again. I think we just set a record.
Speaking of records, I want to remind everyone that we are now the longest running women's tag team champions ever from Australia.
They're also the only women's tag team champions from Australia.
Which brings us to my favorite segment of Iconic Talk.
It's time for Why Australia is Better.
This is the part of the show where we educate our audience on different aspects of Australian culture and explain
why Australia is better.
Okay, what do we have this week?
The great sport of cricket.
Which has nothing to do with filthy little insects.
No, it's actually a sport that is very popular in Australia.
Think of it like a way better version of your horrible, dull baseball.
To further educate you on this superior sport, let's go over the laws of cricket, shall we?
There are only 42 of them. Shouldn't take long.
Law 1. A cricket team consists of 11 players, including a captain.
That's a great law. One of my favourites. Now, Law 2.
Hey, what are these two doing out here? There were still 41 laws to go. I wanted to learn more about cricket.
I think you were the only one.
Law 2. The Iconics should never be allowed to have a talk show, as it'll put everyone watching to sleep.
That's not an actual law.
Yeah, don't listen to her.
Why are you two even out here?
It's very rude to interrupt someone's talk show. I recommend you go back and watch the segment we did on manners.
We're here because we want a tag team championship match.
So you two are a team now. What are you calling yourselves?
Red and grey.
Because Mickey's so old, get it?
Hilarious. She really is a fossil.
You've never even teamed before, so what makes you think you deserve a shot at our titles?
Maybe because 8 years ago in Calgary, I beat you in my very first match, and I've only gotten better since then. Way better.
Oh, okay. So you're saying since a long time ago, I felt bad for my pathetic opponent and basically took the night off because I was freezing, that a decade later, when that pathetic opponent rears her ugly head with an elderly partner, they deserve a tag title opportunity? Makes sense?
That was sarcasm. The answer is no.
If you think that we need to prove ourselves as a team, then we'll do it right now in a non-title match. If we win, we get a championship match. And if you win my career.
That whole career-ending stipulation is enticing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It would be nice to put her out to pasture.
We'll do it.
But only after we finish teaching everyone about cricket.
Law 3. Never interrupt the Iconics.
The Iconics viciously attack Red and Mickie with those cricket bats.
And rightfully so, they violated Law 3.
Red and Mickie are going to be at a severe disadvantage going into this match with so much at stake.
Title match with the stipulation that if Red and Mickie can defeat the Iconics, they earn a shot at their tag team titles. However, if the Iconics win, Mickie James' career will be over.
And Red and Mickie are clearly not 100% after that brutal attack by the Iconics.
Look, no one wants to see a pioneer like Mickie James have her career come to an end, but it's going to happen sooner or later, and I have a feeling it'll be sooner, as in tonight, at the hands of the tag team champions.
Tagged in.
reversal.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when Peyton Royce walks out wearing that iconic T-shirt, you can hear an audible groan from the crowd.
I haven't noticed, but I'm sure they're just jealous, Cole. The fact of the matter is, when you look and perform like Peyton Royce does, you should absolutely have a high opinion of yourself. Billy Kay showing such creativity.
When you look at this,
It looks like they both did their homework heading into this one.
that offense taking a toll on her.
She's putting up quite a fight here, Cole, but despite that, now is probably a good time to look for the tag.
Hammerlock. Uh-oh, uh-oh. You're watching SmackDown Live.
When it comes to Peyton Royce's opinion of herself, I partially agree with Corey. Yes, she should have self-confidence, but to call herself iconic? I don't know. That seems like a word that should be reserved for the likes of, I don't know, Trish Stratus and Mae Young.
Who are you to decide who's an icon and who's not, Saxton? If Peyton Royce wants to call herself iconic, that's exactly what she should do, period.
Struggling to get to the corner here.
Might not make it, Michael.
Armbreaker.
When you talk about great tag teams, we can go all the way back to teams like the Tolos brothers, Stevens and Patterson, Stevens and Bockwinkel, the Texas Outlaws, the Briscoes, the Blackjacks, the Andersons, and the list goes on and on. When you're part of a tag team, the two partners have to travel together, train together, eat together, and be completely in sync with one another.
Just carrying the opposition here. Just attacking the back. She's lost some of that energy she had earlier.
She's taking on quite a bit of damage here, guys, and if she doesn't find a way to make the tag soon, this one might be over.
And the DDT.
Not looking good, guys. Tag team competition dates back all the way to the early 1900s. Corey, you mentioned some of the classic duos from sports entertainment's incredible history. In today's WWE, the tag team scene has never been more competitive. I don't know who has the edge when it comes to talent, if it's Raw or SmackDown Live. I think it's too close to call, but all the teams truly think and act as one unit.
I agree, Michael. Teams such as the Usos, American Alpha, Anderson and Gallows, The New Day, the Hardy Boys, Cesaro and Sheamus. I could be here all day naming championship caliber teams. And when the tag team scene is that competitive, you don't know which team will be wearing the gold.
Stringing together some big moves here.
She's looking good now. We'll see if it lasts.
Armbreaker. This match is being televised around the world in 18 languages and in over 110 countries. Oh, face first.
Good night.
She's starting to tire a little.
I don't know how much longer she can go on absorbing all this punishment. She needs to find a way to make it to her corner and make the tag.
Tagged in. Crashing down hard. Really needs to get to the corner and make a tag.
Otherwise, this match may be over sooner than later.
Here we go. She's almost there.
The tag looks to be inevitable at this point.
Oh, again! All on the apron, lifting it up into the ring. From behind. Down with a neck breaker. Tagged in.
Peyton Royce was able to get out of the way there.
Oh, man, incredible off the tag. Desperately needs to make a tag here.
I don't know. It's going to be tough to make it to the corner.
And Peyton Royce is fading fast here, guys.
She's got nothing left, guys. If she doesn't make a tag soon, this match is over. It's that simple. Mickie James seizing the moment that time.
And it's Mickie James making a move. Boom! DDT. Gets out of there in a hurry. Using the elk.
Here we go again.
And finds a counter. Whoa, it's another reversal.
The target's been acquired once more.
Oh, spiking DDT.
Goes into the pin.
And you know what that means? It means she probably has something even more devastating to finish her off with.
Bam! Suplex. Comes in off the tag.
She returns the favor there.
Shoulders down. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was it. Wow.
Right now, I just don't know what it's going to take.
Rolling elbow finds its mark.
Ouch. Somehow has to find a way to make a tag here.
Completely agree. Getting the partner in here is absolutely vital.
Nasty.
The hardest part of the ring.
Oh, look at that scoop slam.
Peyton Royce was able to get out of the way there.
She's taking charge here.
She's a lady that can crank it up at the drop of a hat.
Ooh, what impact. Out on the apron.
Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad.
On the apron.
The hardest part of the ring.
She wants it one more time.
That hit the spot.
Look at this. This could do it.
What an incredible tag team contest.
Here are your winners.
Big win for her tonight.
They make it look so effortless in there. What an amazing duo.
The arena is still buzzing over that great match.
That was awesome! And considering our lack of experience together, I'd say we make a pretty good team.
I agree. I mean, you know what? I just want to say thank you for doing this. I could be sitting at home right now, but instead we have a chance to win the tag team championships. And even if my career does end, this is a heck of a way to go out.
Before you celebrate too much, we just found out your tag title match will be taking place on our home turf.
That's right, in our great country, in front of our fans at Super Showdown.
It doesn't matter. We'll beat you anywhere.
Oh, you should also know it's going to be an Australian rules tag match, which are the most iconic rules.
What does that even mean?
It means it'll be no disqualification, tornado tag.
Or Willy Willy tag, as we say down under.
Hey, Mickie, you should pack an extra week of clothes. You know, so you can go on holiday in Australia after we end your career.
We'll call our grandparents and see if they know of any good senior resorts.
So that's what it's all about, the tag team titles. You have to believe the Iconics have a major advantage here tonight at Super Showdown, competing in front of their home country fans in an Australian Rules Tag Team Championship match.
And don't forget, Red and Mickey have the added pressure of Mickey's career being on the line. If they lose, this chapter of Mickey's life is officially over.
That's all true, but we shouldn't ignore the fact that Red has added Women's Tag Team Championships with Mickie James to her list. And she has a very successful track record when it comes to achieving her goals. Effective arm drag.
Forearm to the face.
Oh, nothing fancy about that.
Close quarters.
Mickie James was able to get out of there. Kick to the gut.
Headbutt.
Nothing fancy there.
On the second rope.
Using the ropes to wear down his opponent.
Big time impact from way up high. Mickie James seizing the moment that time.
Luthez press.
Oh, nasty impact.
Hammerlock. Uh-oh, uh-oh. The champ getting put on the back foot here. Leg sweep.
Nicely done.
That is a great reversal.
Oh, boom. Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting. Here she goes.
Here she goes, back in the ring now. Look at this.
Kick right to the body. This is a tough spot to find herself in, that's for sure. Incredible impact. Red goes for the Irish whip, but gets sent into the corner instead.
And now here come the Iconics, pouring it on in front of their home crowd.
This does not look good for Red and Mickie, and by extension, Mickie's career.
What are the Iconics doing?
Oh, I think it's time for a game of cricket.
Red and Mickie have other plans.
This is a bit of revenge for what took place before their match on SmackDown Live.
And since Australian rules is no disqualification, it's perfectly legal. Born in Australia, Peyton Royce's path to WWE saw her travel many miles, including a stop in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where, like many before her, Peyton honed her craft before ultimately joining WWE.
It is so easy to stay in touch with your superstars 24/7 in a variety of social media outlets, including WWE's own Facebook page. Face crusher.
Billy Kay showing such creativity.
Neck breaker. And Peyton Royce is fading fast here, guys.
This is all but over.
Mickie James for the championship. Not only has Red helped Mickie James ward off retirement, they're now the new Women's Tag Team Champions.
To win this match under the pressure they faced and do it in enemy territory under the Iconics rules is truly impressive.
Honestly, I think a lot of credit goes to Red and her list. Someone said it before the match, that list is a powerful motivational tool for Red.
Yeah, that someone was me, Corey.
Nah, it couldn't have been you. It probably was Cole.
And that's how Mickie James went from being a hero and mentor of mine to more than that. She was now my tag team partner and, more importantly, my friend.
Aw, that's nice. But aren't you skipping over a pretty important part?
How about we move on? Don't you want to talk about when you were on the cover of WWE 2K25?
I do, but hang on a second. Earlier, you put me on blast for having some trivial goals. So now it's my turn to call you out for a time when you let the list steer you down a questionable path. This is a night to remember our careers, good and bad.
Fine. If you want to talk about it so much, then you tell the story.
Okay. After they became tag team champions, it turned everything around for Mickie. She even ended up earning a SmackDown Live Women's Championship opportunity against Kairi Sane. Mickie went on to defeat Kairi Sane, giving her 2 championships and continuing her incredible winning streak to avoid retirement. I feel like you've been a little off lately. You're moody, quick to lash out, overly judgmental about my decisions.
It all sounds like typical me.
Maybe those weren't the best examples, but I've known you long enough to realize when something's bothering you.
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of getting impatient. I mean, teaming with Mickie has been fun, but I never thought it would last this long, and I definitely didn't see her singles title run happening. Now I'm basically waiting for someone to beat her so I can go after the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. I've been dying to cross that off.
Some might say you're a bit too focused on the list.
Who's some? Are you some?
Look, if you want my advice, I see 2 ways for you to get what you want. But the first option wouldn't be very honorable.
What do you mean?
If you and Mickie were to somehow lose your tag titles, then Mickie would be forced to retire and vacate her women's title, leaving you free to pursue it. Option number 2, the more straight-up way of doing things, would be for you to tell Mickie exactly how you feel and challenge her to a match for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, potentially crossing that off the list. But if you beat her, you'd also lose the tag titles and worse, end the career of your idol/friend.
I don't really love either option.
This business forces you to make some tough decisions. But at least you're not choosing between competing in a tag title match or saving your mangled ear like Mick Foley once had to do.
No, but if losing my ear was option 3, I'd think I'd take it.
The alternative is just waiting around for something to happen, and who knows how long that could take.
You're right. I guess I should... Hey, Mickie, I need to talk to you about something. It's kind of personal, sorry.
We'll catch up later. What's going on? Is everything okay?
Yeah, well, not really. It's just lately... I'll just come out and say it. I want your title, and I know what that means for you and for us, but I don't think I can sit back any longer.
You know what? I was waiting for this moment.
You were?
Look, I know who you are, what you're made of, what got you here. You're driven to be the very best, and I knew that being tag team champions would only satisfy you for so long.
So you don't hate me?
No, I get it. I actually respect you for your honesty. I can think of a couple other ways this could have gone down.
But if I beat you, it's all over.
If it's going to come to an end, and it will, sooner rather than later, I want you to be the one that does it. Besides, none of this would have even happened if it wasn't for you. But with all of that said, I've come too far to just roll over. If you face me for my title, you better be ready for a fight.
You know me. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Introducing the challenger. Months ago, Red essentially resuscitated her idol Mickie James' career. Tonight, after issuing her an open and honest challenge, she may now cause it to come to a sudden conclusion.
If you ask me, Red's being extremely selfish. She's prioritizing the list and her individual goals ahead of her tag team championship and her supposed friend's career.
You may feel that way, but from all accounts, Mickie James was completely fine with how Red approached her regarding this match. She even said if she was going to lose her title and her career, she'd want it to be to Red.
Well, I, for one, will never understand that.
Dangerous position here, guys.
Oh, no, no, no,
Back
no.
suplex on the apron.
The hardest part of the ring. Mickie James seizing the moment that time.
Not again.
One of these competitors is eventually going to have to gain the upper hand.
Nothing's going to stop her now.
Yeah, something lit a fire under her, and she is going strong.
Here she goes, back in the ring now.
Oh, again! Not looking good right now.
Oh, and she turns it around.
Scoop slam. Straight punch. The champ getting put to the test here.
Yeah, but too soon to be worried.
Mickie James was able to get out of there.
Deconstructing the knee there.
Wendy Richter, Trish Stratus, Sherry Martel, Lita. So many great Hall of Famers help make the Women's Championship the prestigious prize it is today.
Whoa, not so fast. Textbook vertical suplex. Bam.
Hammerlock.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Gets out of dodge there.
Women's title up for grabs. Oh, the old European uppercut.
Tying up the legs now.
Oh, looking for the surfboard.
Oh.
The championship hanging in the balance. This one's about the women's championship, and nothing means more to these women than that title.
Wow, incredible height.
Look at this.
Suplex.
What a counter.
A singles title doesn't gain you instant entry into the Hall of Fame, but it sure gets you a whole heck of a lot closer.
The champ. Mickie James appears to be on her last legs.
I'm sorry.
Red hits the Mick kick.
Is this the end for Mickie James?
It's all over. Red is your new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And as a result, Mickie James' historic career has come to an end.
Red ended Mickie's career with her own move. What a true friend.
I think it was actually a sign of respect to do it that way.
Yeah, it was almost like a tribute.
You know, it would have been a good tribute, continuing to defend the tag championship and not ending your idol's career.
You deserve this moment.
A nice gesture from our new champion, Red, giving Mickie James a chance to say goodbye to the WWE Universe.
And no matter how I feel about Red right now, I do want to say thank you to Mickie James. You will be missed.
Thank you, Mickie.